Building trust and boosting sales with sales funnels. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to the concept of building trust with sales funnels. I'm also going to dive deeper and show you why building trust is critical to increasing sales and exactly how to do it the right way. Okay, so this is what we're going to cover. We're going to look at sales funnels. I'm going to define sales funnels. Okay, I'm also going to show you the difference between sales funnels and the traditional website. And I'm also going to dive deeper and show you why build trust. Okay, we're going to answer the question, why build trust? Why is it so important to build trust? And I'm going to show you how to build trust with sales funnels. And for us to do that, I'm going to show you the different types of sales funnels and their trust building and sales boosting strategies. Okay, so let's start with defining sales funnels. So what are sales funnels? Sales funnels are websites that sell. Okay, they are websites that are designed to sell more products or services than a traditional website. So in other words, in the past, we used to hear all the word website. There was nothing like sales funnels. So then this concept of sales funnels popped up is because the traditional website was not optimized to increase sales and to build trust. Okay, so let me show you the difference between sales funnels and a traditional website. So I'm going to show you some examples. Okay, so let's take this example here. So this is a traditional website. I've just taken an example here with a website that's built with Wix. Some of you have seen the ads for Wix.com, which is a website building platform online. So the traditional website has these menus here, so you know it from the menus here. So somebody lands on this website, they have the option to scroll through the pages of this website by clicking on the menu. So they can click on the home page, they can go to the about page. Okay, it will take them to the about page. So this is a fitness website. So when somebody comes here, they have the option to click around. So they can check your services. They can also check how to contact you. In fact, there is no direction. There is no guidance. They can just come here and click around and leave. Okay, so there's no guidance. There is no protocol. There is no process they have to go through. So in other words, you can't predict what menu somebody will click here first or second. What they will do first, what they will do second, what they will do third. You can't predict what they will do. Each person that stumbles on this website, okay, they have there's no predictability on the exact actions they're gonna take on the website. So you can't tell what they're gonna buy. You can't tell whether they're even gonna buy. Okay, so that is the problem with the traditional website. In the sales funnel, I'm gonna show you the difference between. So let's take another fitness website. So I'm gonna take this for example. So this is a guy here that sells a product, a program called the Science-Based Way to Get Abs, and he calls it Science-Based Six Pack. Okay, so he's called Thomas DeLauer. So this guy, I love him because I discovered it from YouTube. So I'm gonna talk about that later. But for now, as you can see, there is no menu here. So this page, or this funnel, this is a sales funnel actually. This is designed to sell this product, okay, called the Science-Based Six Pack. There is no menu here, so when somebody comes here, we can predict that the only thing they're gonna do is to read this page, and they can also listen to this video. There's a video here actually playing, as you can listen. And that's the only action they're gonna take. They're gonna scroll down. They may also have to put their email address here and contact information and submit. But also they're gonna read about this guy. They're gonna scroll down. They're gonna read about the product. They're gonna see the offer. They're gonna buy. So in other words, we know that after reading this sales page, and if they like the product, they're gonna buy. So we can predict that they're gonna scroll down. That's the only thing they can do, because there is no option to click. There are no menu buttons here. So compared to this other one, they can click around. We cannot predict what they will do. But in this other case, we can predict exactly what they're going to do. So they're gonna scroll down, they're gonna check all of these testimonials, they're gonna see all of the features of the product, they're gonna learn about the product, and they're gonna buy. Okay, so that is what we predict, and that's what is gonna happen. So that's a difference between a sales funnel and a traditional website. I'm gonna show you more examples for it to make sense. I'm gonna take this other product here, feed to fat to feed. So this, it's loading here. So this is the page. So again, there are no menus here. There's just a video here.
Hey everyone, Drew Man.
I'm gonna
here,
pause the video. So there's just a video here and the headline telling them what to expect. So learn how by simply tweaking your diet you can teach your body to burn fat 24/7. So there is this guy here, he pops up, he talks about his product, and the only thing we want you to do here is to buy this product. So there are testimonials before and after. This is a guy here introducing himself and tells you how he has been featured on Dr. Ross, and all of that is a sales page. So this page is designed to sell this product, and the more you scroll down and you read about the product, the more it increases your desire to get the product. There's a money back guarantee here, there's a price of the product, there's a call to action here, click to get started. So in other words, there are no menu buttons here to hover around. The only thing we can predict is that somebody's gonna scroll down this page, read this sales letter, listen to this video, and buy. Okay, so that is the predicted expected action for them to take. So more testimonials and so on. Again, this page is designed to sell this product. So that is the difference between a sales funnel and the traditional website here, where we can't predict what the prospect is going to do when they stumble on this website. Okay, so that's the difference. Now I'm going to talk about trust building. So I'm going to give you an example of building trust. So you may be asking that, okay, Sly, how does somebody build trust? Well, by watching this video, there is some amount of trust that is built by reading the sales letter. The sales letter is written in such a way that it builds trust. As you scroll down and consume the sales letter, it increases your level of trust. As the guy tells you his story here, it increases your trust, and so on. Okay, so you can do that all on this page. Just like here, this guy tells you about himself, and it starts this trust building process. As you scroll down, you learn more about the product, you see testimonials, it increases your trust. But there are other ways of building trust I'm gonna show you as we go through this video. Let me show you some examples. So you see, just pay attention here. Pay attention on this guy, guy about science-based six-pack. How did I discover this guy? How did I trust him? How did I start following? How do I believe that his product is good? And I'm gonna get this product actually. The way I discovered this guy is actually through his YouTube video. So this is one of his videos here. It's called
in case you missed yesterday's video,
let me just pause it here.
How I went from 280
I'm gonna
pounds.
pause the video. So I've paused the video. So the title of the video is Top 5 Intermittent Fasting Myths Busted. Watch this if you've never tried fasting. So yeah, he is talking about intermittent fasting and why it's important to lose weight. So if you want to lose weight, intermittent fasting is one of the best ways ever that I've discovered. So this guy tells you why that's important, and he tells you how it has helped him to lose weight. So he tells you the entire, and he tells you some of the myths that people have in their minds about intermittent fasting and why all of that is wrong. So he builds trust. I discovered him through this. So as you can see, this video has 53,000 views. So people on YouTube will discover this guy, and when they discover him, they will check out more of his videos. And then at one point, when you are subscribed to his channel, you will see some of his ads, and one of his ads would direct you to this sales page. And when you land on this sales page, it's now time to buy. and you read the sales letter, and then all of that previous trust that he has built, including the trust that is on the sales letter, will finally lead you to buying. For example, I have already made the decision to buy. I've not yet bought the product, but I'm gonna buy it. Okay, so I don't even know why I've not bought it. Maybe it's because I forgot. But again, I keep on seeing his ads, and that keeps increasing my trust. The more I see his ads, the more I'm gonna click on that button and buy one day. So that is how the trust building and sales boosting process works. So I hope that makes sense. So again, there are other videos. I've just shown you one of them, but he has so many YouTube videos, as you can see here. All of these first 3 videos, 1, 2, 3, all of those are his videos, including this one here. So that's how the trust building and sales boosting process works. So let me continue here. So I've shown you the difference between a sales funnel and traditional website. Okay, so let me continue here. So I'm sure I've shown you some examples, and I've also shown you the difference between a sales funnel and a traditional website. So let's continue. So why build trust? Now, as Jay Abraham, if you don't know, Jay Abraham is a marketing and business growth expert. He says there are only 3 ways to grow any business. Okay, just 3 ways. So the first way is to increase the number of clients. So the way you increase the number of clients is to get more new prospects into paying customers. So you bring more new prospects into your business, and then you convert them to paying customers. So you have to be generating leads. You have to be keep on attracting new prospects and turning them into paying customers. That's the first way to grow a business. The second way to grow a business is to increase the average transaction. So when you get that new customer who buys, you want to make sure that they are buying, the transaction size is increased. It means that you have to either increase the price, or you have to sell them. So let's say somebody they buy something, you want them to immediately sell them something else at the point that they are buying. So think about McDonald's. So when you buy a burger, they ask you, do you want fries with it? That's increasing the transaction size. And think about upsells. When somebody buys something and they upsell you something immediately, you bought the first thing, that's increasing the average transaction size. So that's another way of increasing the business. And the third way is to increase the frequency that the average client buys. So if somebody buys and they leave, you want to make sure that a couple of days after or a couple of weeks after, you sell them something else. And the only way you can do that is by keeping them a subscriber. So you keep them a paying subscriber. So in other words, think about continuity programs. Think about email marketing, where you market to existing buyers and you sell them more of your back-end products, more of your different products. Or you can sell them partners products. If you're an affiliate with other companies, you can sell them other companies' products, because they have bought from you the first time, so they are more likely to buy from you because they trust you now. So those are the only 3 ways to grow a business, according to Jay Abraham, and it has been tested and proven that these are the only 3 ways to grow a business. You have to keep on bringing new prospects. That's way number 1, bringing new prospects to the business, turn them to paying customers. Way number 2 is to increase the average size through upsells and also increasing the price of the product that they buy. And the third way is to also sell to them more often. Okay, so each of those 3 ways will require you to build trust. Okay, so let me prove it to you by looking closer at each of the points. So like I said, the first way is to increase the number of clients. So you get more new prospects into the business. Okay, so in other words, you need a system to generate leads, and the generating leads means that you actually have to offer them something for free in exchange for their contact information, so that you can keep on putting your product in front of them. So you generate leads. For people to trust you, to know about your business, you have to attract them by giving them something in exchange for their email address or first name or telephone number. So in other words, we call that process lead generation. And because these are new prospects, meaning they don't trust you yet, so they need to build trust. Okay, and so like I said, these are new prospects. You have to build trust in order to sell to them. You can't sell to them if they don't trust you. So again, that proves that the first way to grow a business will also require you to build trust. For you to get new prospects into your business and turn them into paying customers, people who don't know you at all, you have to build trust. You have to build that initial trust for them to buy from you the very first time. And that is very critical. Now let's look at the second way. The second way is to increase the average transaction. So get each client to buy more at each purchase. So each time they want to buy, you actually want to increase the transaction size, either by increasing the price or by providing upsells and downsells. So again, if you want to increase the price, if you want to offer upsells and downsells, you have to increase trust. You have to build trust. The third way is to increase the frequency that an average client buys from you. So get each customer to buy from you more often. Now, if they have bought from you the first time, if you want to get them to buy the second time, they have to be satisfied with the customer service. They have to be satisfied with the service so that they can buy from you more often. The relationship you build with them has to be very very strong one. Okay, so you have to build a brand, so that a brand is a business that makes promises and then keeps those promises. So when you sold them that first product, you have to make sure that you've delivered on the promises of that first product that you sold them in order for them to buy the next thing. So you build a brand by keeping your promises. Now, I know it's hard to keep those promises, but a business that keeps its promises will always have loyal customers. It will increase customer retention, and that's how you grow the business. Because now you start talking about a customer lifetime value. It means that you're not judging your business. You're not just looking at that first transaction. You are predicting what a customer will be worth to you for the entire year and for the entire lifetime of your business. Okay, so like think about Apple subscribers. They buy the iPhone, they are waiting for the next release. Think about people who buy a car. They buy a Toyota Camry and they buy version 2017. They are expecting version 2018 and so on. So those are loyal customers because of the service, because they love what you're offering. So that's how you build a business. Now the next one, so I've shown you all of the three ways of increasing a business, and I've shown you that all of that depends on building trust. As you build trust, you increase sales. So how do you build trust with sales funnels? Now there are different strategies for building trust depending on what we are selling. Okay, each strategy can be deployed using different types of sales funnels. So in order to really understand how to build trust and increase sales with sales funnels, we're going to look at the most common types of sales funnels and how they work. Okay, so I've just given you a rundown of the most common type of sales funnels here that we're going to be building for our clients. And I'm going to show you how they work. So we have the Tripwire funnel, the high ticket funnel, the live webinar funnel, the every 15 minutes auto webinar funnel, the membership site funnel, and the follow-up funnel. So these 6 types of funnels are going to show you what building trust is all about and how to increase sales with sales funnels. So now for each type of sales funnel I'm going to show you, I'm going to play a video that walks you through that funnel. So for each type of funnel, there will be a video I'm going to play because I've already thought about these funnels in a previous video. So I'm going to replay that video here for you to watch. And as you watch, I'll comment at the end of the video about the trust building and sales boosting elements of that particular funnel. I'll do that for each of the 6 funnels. Okay, so as we go through each funnel, I want you to pay attention to 2 things and ask these 2 questions. The first question is, what are the trust building elements? So as you watch the video, you want to be asking yourself this question: what are the trust building elements? Okay, how do we build trust with this particular funnel? So in other words, each funnel is going to have a number of pages in the funnel, and I'm going to be walking you through those pages. As I walk you through those pages in the video, you want to have a notepad and a pen, and you want to ask yourself, what are the trust building elements? And you take down notes so that when I'll be explaining at the end of the video, when I'll be talking about those trust building elements, you want to compare whether it matches what you took down as notes. That's how you learn. Now, the second thing I want to you want to be paying attention to is you want to be asking yourself, what are the sale boosting elements? So as you build, remember, we build trust in order to increase sales or in order to make sales. So as I walk you through the different funnels, ask yourself, how do we increase sales? How do we build trust, and how do we increase sales? So those are the two things you want to keep in mind. So I'm going to start with the Tripwire funnel. Okay, and then at the end of it, I'm going to comment about the funnel, and I'm going to talk about those two items: how to build trust, how to increase sales. So let's start. The Tripwire funnel. The Tripwire funnel has 6 pages. Okay, so you have page number 1, which is the opt-in page. Page number 2, the Tripwire page. Page number 3, the checkout page. Page number 4, the first upsell, second upsell, and the other confirmation page. So those are the 6 pages. So I'm going to show you in detail how those pages look like. So like I said, there are 6 pages in this funnel. The opt-in page is for capturing leads. Okay, and when it's shown to the right target market, you can get up to 40 to 70% conversions with this particular opt-in page of this particular Tripwire funnel that I'm about to give you, because it was really designed that way. So let me show you the page. So this is the page here. So the design of this page guarantees a 40 to 70% conversion when shown to cold prospects and when shown to the right target market and with the right message or copy on this page. So let's move on to the next page. So the next is the Tripwire offer page. Okay, the aim of this page is to trigger a buying frenzy because of the low dollar offer. So let me show you how that page looks like. So this is how it looks like. Okay, so you have the low dollar offer here, and this page is really very well designed. So you have text on one corner and images on the other side, and then you have a countdown clock here that increases urgency. So you have it alternates. So the first section here, text is on the left, images on the right, and then it alternates. Text is on the right, images on the left, and so on. Okay, so it makes it very easy to read, and because it's a low dollar offer, you want your prospects to interact with the page fast and quickly and easily. Okay, so it just makes it easy to consume the page and for them to get what you're talking about. And also there is this area here where you can actually take what you're offering and break it down into sections. So if you're offering a course, you can, if the course has like 5 modules, you can put icons here. These icons are there to navigate through the modules. So if I click, for example, here on Tripwire Funnel, I'm going to see details of the Tripwire Funnel. And if I click on High Ticket Application Funnel, it's going to take me to the High Ticket Application Funnel. And if I go back there and click on Follow-up Funnel, it's going to take me down to Follow-up Funnel. So it just makes it easy to navigate the page. Okay, so those are some of the key features of the Tripwire offer page. And then you have the frequently asked questions section. So this page is well designed. Like I said, it was hacked from Digital Marketer, and these guys know what they're doing. So they have been using this particular page for their Tripwire offers, and it's been working very well. So, and I've been using it with my clients, and it's working pretty well. And in my own business, it's awesome. So this can get you anywhere between 10 to 14% conversions when done properly. So let me show you the next page. Next page here is the card page. So that's where they put their credit or debit card. And let me just show you that page. So there are very many interesting things about this page, the way it's designed. So this is where people can put their contact information, billing details, and then here on the right you have the image of the product, you have the price of the product, mention a guarantee here. People want to see the guarantee when they are checking out. People also want to see what they are getting when they are checking out, and they also want to see if you have some testimonials, you want to put them here. That increases conversions when they're on the checkout page. And there's one very interesting thing here. This is where they put their credit card information. Now, this is what we call the order form bump. This particular item here is very powerful. So it's just like you're on the checkout at the grocery store, and you're just about to check out, and you see a candy bar or a gum, and you say, hey, can you add a gum or a candy bar to my order? Or let's say you're at McDonald's and they say, hey, do you want fries with your order? That is the order form bump. And like I showed you on the recent ClickFunnels webinar, the order form bump, just by adding an order form bump on your checkout page, has proven to increase conversions by 147%. Okay, so that's huge. So imagine that you have a checkout page without the order form bump. That is like losing a lot of money. Okay, let me show you another page. The next page is the upsell page. Okay, so that's the first upsell. Let me show you what it looks like. So that's how it looks like. Scroll down. So I'm gonna show you. So that's how the page looks like. So there's a video there that welcomes them, and then when they click on learn more, it will take them to more details about the offer, and if they click on upgrade now, it takes them to where they have to upgrade. So there's a countdown timer here. There are 2 upgrade options with 1-click upsell buttons, so they can choose the payment plan. This is, for example, here is 3 payments of $77, or they can choose a full payment, which is 1 full payment of $197. And once they click on these buttons, since they've already put their credit card will be billed automatically without them having to re-put their credit card again. That's why they call it a 1-click upsell. If you've been buying things online, you know what I'm talking about here. So this is very powerful. So that's the upsell page. Let me go to the next page. The next page is a 1-click downsell. So now, before I go to the downsell, I just forgot something very important here. So the upsell page has also proven to increase sales by 130%. So imagine that you have a funnel and you don't have an upsell. You see, you are leaving money on the table. Okay, it's just like going and winning the lottery, and then instead of cashing out, let's say you win $230,000 in the lottery, and instead of cashing out the $230,000, you go and cash out only $100,000. So that is what is happening here. If you miss out, if you don't include an upsell. Now let's move to the downsell. The downsell is the next page in the funnel. Let me show you what it looks like. So when they say no to your upsell, you want to show them a downsell. Okay, you want to show them a downsell, and the downsell helps you capture those who have already said no to your upsell. That way, you can offer them a cut down version of your offer. Maybe their problem is the price, so you can say, okay, I'm going to take out something from the offer and then reduce the price for you, and that way you can capture people who have said no. So, for example, if they said no to the to the first thing, you can offer them a downgraded version of the offer at a lower price. Okay, so that's the aim of the upsell. Sorry, that was the aim of the downsell. And as we've seen, just by adding a downsell in the Tripwire funnel, enable us to increase sales by 133%. Okay, so that is huge. So imagine not having a downsell in your Tripwire funnel. That's a huge opportunity that you're losing. You're leaving money on the table. So let me continue here. So the last page in the funnel is the order confirmation page, which is this page here. So that's where they see what they have purchased, and they can now access it in the members area. So those are the 6 pages of the Tripwire funnel. Okay, so let me do a quick recap here. So this is the Tripwire funnel. You have the opt-in page, the Tripwire page, the checkout page, the auto 1 page, the auto 2 page, and the order confirmation page. And we've seen that by adding an order form bump in our checkout page, we can increase sales by 147%. Okay, and by adding an upsell, we can increase sales by an additional 130%. And by including a downsell, we can also increase sales by 133%. So in total, by adding these 3 elements, 1, 2, 3, this order form bump, the auto 1 and the auto 2, we can increase sales by a total of 540%. And that's huge. And this Tripwire funnel is already built for you. All you need to do is to include your branding and your message. Okay, so you can get it now and start setting up a very powerful, high converting funnel for your business. Thank you. Now, you've just finished going through the Tripwire funnel. So let's look at how to build trust and increase sales with the Tripwire funnel. So on the first page of the Tripwire funnel, we are capturing leads. So in other words, we are bringing in new prospects, okay, and we are turning them into buyers. So the first page is actually capturing leads. So we are actually respecting the first way to grow a business, which is actually bringing those leads that we're going to turn into buyers, okay. And on the second page, which was the Tripwire page, I showed you how we offer them something on that first page. In order to capture to capture leads, we need to give them something for free. So we offer them something valuable for free in exchange for their contact information, and that helped build goodwill and some level of trust. Now, on the second page, we made a low dollar offer. That offer is called a Tripwire offer, and we offer them something of very high value at a ridiculous low price, so that that would tip the scale, because they don't trust you very much. So you want to offer them something of tremendous value, so that they'll say, wow, this guy is offering me all of these things for this very little price, so I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna see what he's offering, just because of that. So that's why we call it Tripwire. It trips them over and they become a customer, because once they become a customer, once they buy, they are more likely to buy from you in the future. So that's the second page, the Tripwire page. Now that will get about 5 to 10% of people to buy, because normally not everybody who comes to your Tripwire page will buy, but because you've already captured their email address and their contact information, you can now follow up, and we're gonna look at that, how you do that with the follow-up funnel, the last funnel in the list. Remember, there are 6 funnels. So by following up, you're gonna get more people to buy from you in the future. So we offer them upsell. So when they buy that first Tripwire low dollar offer, remember, you offer them something of high value at a ridiculous low price as a Tripwire. But as they put their credit card to buy that Tripwire, you want to show them upsells to increase the transaction size. Okay, so in other words, remember J. Abraham's second way of growing a business, which is actually increasing transaction size by either increasing the price or by offering them upsells and downsells, so that you increase the size of the transaction. You don't want them to leave without taking more of their money. As you do that and you offer them something of value in exchange for that money, that's how you grow a business. Okay, of course, if what you're offering as upsells and downsells is not relevant to them, they're not gonna buy. So you have to, the upsells have to be relevant to them. So in other words, it has to be something that will offer value, something that they really need. Okay, and a percentage of them a percentage will take the upsells and the downsells. So we continue building trust by sharing value through email follow-up for those who didn't buy. That way they'll be receptive to our Tripwire offer. So in other words, when they come in, you capture leads by giving them something for free. It might be a free report or a free video, and when they pass that first page where they give you their name and email, the second thing they want to see is a low dollar offer, which is a Tripwire. And if they don't take the Tripwire, if they are now among the 5 to 10% that took the Tripwire, if they are among the 95% that didn't buy, you want to put them in an email follow-up sequence where you communicate with them like every day or every 2 days or every week, so that you keep on giving them value for free and then making them a call to action to resending them to that Tripwire offer page where you are offering them something of high value at a ridiculous low price, so that because you've been sharing stuff for free with them, that increases the trust. And for people who are very skeptical, they will say, okay, this guy has been communicating with me, he has been sending me some free videos and some free articles or some free blog posts. Now I'm comfortable to buy this thing. Now when they put their credit card to buy, then they will still now see the upsells and the downsells, and the process starts all over again. So that's how you do it. So we make sure we treat the buyers of the Tripwire and the upsells with great customer service, and so that we can prepare them to buy from us the next time. Okay, so that way they'll be receptive when we sell them higher price offers in the back end. So remember, the third way to increase a business is to sell to your existing buyers more often. So offer them other things that they need. So that's how you grow the business. Okay, so you notice that the checkout page where they put their credit card to buy also has some trust building elements. Now you have things like testimonials, guarantee, image of the product, secure card signs. So if somebody have to put their credit card, they have to make sure that your website is secure and all of those kind of things. So again, those are trust building elements in the funnel. Okay, the upsells and downsells increase the transaction size of the purchase, which is the second way to grow a business. I've already talked about that. And so that's how we build trust and increase sales with a Tripwire funnel. Okay, now let's continue here. Now the next type of funnel is the high ticket application funnel. So I'm gonna play the video for that particular funnel. I'm gonna show you the pages of that funnel, and I want you again to keep in mind two things and ask yourself these two questions: what are the trust building elements, and what are the sales boosting elements? Okay, so let's go. So the next funnel is the high ticket funnel. So this funnel also has 5 pages. You have the opt-in page, you have the video or demo page, you have the booking page, you have the application or survey page, and you have the thank you page. So I'm going to show you how these various pages work and how they look. Okay, so let me show you the pages. So there are 5 pages in this funnel. The first page is the opt-in page to capture leads. You have this is the opt-in page here to capture leads. Let me show you the next page. You have a value video page that demonstrates your product with case studies and testimonials. This is it here. So this is a video here. It's a demo or value video with below the video there are testimonials of past clients who have used the service, and there is a call to action to book an appointment. Okay, and then this video demonstrates everything about the service, the value the client gets, and then below that video there is a call to action to apply now to see if they qualify. Now when they click on that button, they're gonna see the next page, which is a calendar booking page to book an appointment. So I'm gonna show you how it looks like. So this is the calendar booking page. They can choose their time zone and book an appointment. They're gonna see a calendar that looks like that. They'll choose a date and book a time to speak with you. Okay, so the next page is an application page to submit an application. So I'm gonna show you how it looks like. So yeah, after they have booked a time, you want them to submit an application. The application helps you to screen and see those who are qualified so that you talk only to them. So that's how the process works. The next thing is the thank you page. So after they are booked, after they have submitted their application, they'll stumble on the thank you page where you basically thank them for having taken the time to submit an application, and you tell them everything that they need to expect during the call and all of that, and all of that. So everything is here. Those are the 5 pages of the funnel. So the purpose of the high ticket funnel is to sell more expensive offers, generally beyond $2,000 in price. This is because it's far easier to sell a product or service that's beyond $2,000 over the phone, like in a free consultation, than through a live webinar or as an upsell in a Tripwire funnel. You can use a high ticket funnel to get clients for your funnel and traffic consulting business or any other professional services business. So you may be a wedding planner, a chiropractor, a dentist, a lawyer. You can still use this funnel. So or a mobile app developer, you can use this funnel. So if you are selling a high ticket done for you service, or some kind of group coaching or one-on-one coaching that you value as expensive, then you want to use this funnel. So you've watched the video, and now we're going to look at how to build trust and increase sales with a high ticket application funnel. So remember, on the opt-in page, which is the first page of the funnel, we capture their email address, and the second page is the value video page, where we demonstrate the value of our product or service, and we include things like case study videos, and we also put testimonials for them to see, and that builds trust. As it builds trust, the third page is the calendar booking page, where we want them to book a time on our calendar for them to speak with us. And after that, there's an application page where they have to submit an application. So that further builds trust, because we are asking them questions about their business. So as we ask them critical questions about their business, as they provide those answers, it builds trust, because they say, wow, if this guy is asking me this thing, it means that he really cares. So that's how you build trust with a high ticket application funnel. And there's also the thank you page that tells them everything to expect during the call. And you have to remember that we are selling something expensive here, and we can't just sell it on a sales page. We have to invite them to a strategy session, and that strategy session is done over the phone, and that's where you can sell them the high ticket thing, usually above $2,000 in price. This for high price services. Remember, it's for people like wedding planner. So if you're offering anything for a high price, maybe you are a chiropractor, you are a wedding planner, you are a wedding photographer, you are a website designer, you are a funnel and traffic consultant. If you are selling something, or you are a coach, you are selling a group coaching or one-on-one coaching, you need this kind of funnel. And if you're selling something that expensive, you can't just put it on a sales page and say, okay, these are the benefits, price $2,000, and somebody will just gonna take their credit card and buy. For different types of prices, you need different type of medium to sell. So depending on the price, you use a different kind of funnel. So a high ticket application funnel, it's where they actually book a time to talk with you. You ask them questions about their business. You can now sort out and select those you want to speak to, those who qualify, because from the questions they answer, you can tell whether they are ready to pay the price and whether they will be the kind of customer you want to work with. You don't want to work with any kind of customer. Some customers are very troublesome, and some customers are not prepared to take the journey with you, especially if you have to offer them something of high value. So you use that process to screen out and to work only with the best customers and those who can afford your service or your product. So that's the high ticket application funnel. So for you to be able to sell without sounding salesy, I suggest you use my shotgun script. That's what I use when I'm selling high ticket offers. It's a process that's very empowering. It doesn't feel like selling. You just ask some critical questions about the prospect's business, and they sell themselves to you. You don't sell to them. You take them through a process that clarifies their goals, and it demonstrates your value just through asking them critical questions. And by moving them through the process, it increases the desire for them to work with you. It's a very powerful process. Again, it doesn't sound like selling. It's really powerful. So it's the prospect trying to sell themselves to you, not you selling to them. So that's the high ticket sales script. I call it the shotgun sales script. And you want to check out that video. If you've not purchased that, you want to purchase that program that talks about my shotgun script. I offer it as a bonus in some of my programs. So if you bought some of my programs, you would have been able to get that as a bonus. So that's it for the high ticket funnel. Now let's move on to the next funnel type. So the next funnel type is the live webinar and auto webinar funnels. So I combine these two because when you are doing a webinar, it can be a live webinar or a recorded auto webinar. A live webinar is when you organize an event, an online training event, and it's live, and people register and then you deliver the webinar. An auto webinar is when the presentation is already recorded and people register and they can watch the presentation immediately. So that's an automated webinar. So it works around the clock 24/7. But the thing is that you can't do an auto webinar without having done a live webinar. So an auto webinar is just a live webinar that was done and was recorded and then transformed into an auto webinar. So those two funnels are practically the same thing. So I'm gonna show you how you build trust with those funnels. So I'm gonna play the video. Like as I play the video, again, pay attention to those two things and ask yourself those two questions. What are the trust building elements, and what are the sales boosting elements? Okay, the next funnel is the live webinar funnel. So let's look at the live webinar funnel. This funnel has 8 pages. Okay, so you have the registration page, which is the first page that they stumble upon. You have the countdown page. You have the indoctrination page. So there are 3 indoctrination pages: indoctrination page 1, indoctrination page 2, indoctrination page 3, and then you have the webinar replay page, which is page 6. You have the checkout page. The checkout or sign up page is where you send them after they have watched the webinar and they want to sign up for the program you're selling during the webinar. And then you have a thank you page where you actually welcome those who have joined the program as new members. So those are the 8 pages. I'm going to show you how these pages look like and how they work. So let me show you. So like I said, there are 8 pages. So let me show you. The first page is the registration or opt-in page to capture leads. This is how that page looks like. So this is the date of the webinar here, and they can click here to register for the webinar. That's the first page. The next page is a countdown page that gets them excited about the webinar and tells them what cool stuff will be covered in the webinar. So this is a page here. This is a countdown page. So you see this is a video of me here about the webinar, and in this video I just basically tell them what they should expect in the webinar, why it's very exciting, why they should join the webinar, why they should attend. I tell them briefly about the 3 things we'll be discussing in the webinar. I also tell them about emails to expect in their email box before the webinar. So 2 or 3 days to the webinar, I'm going to send out 3 emails. So I tell them briefly about those emails. That way they will remember the webinar and they will show up. So that's page number 2, the countdown page. Let me show you the next page. The next page is what we call indoctrination pages. So remember the pieces of content I promised here on the countdown page that I'm going to send them. I'm going to send them 3 emails. Those 3 emails are about indoctrination. So we call them indoctrination emails. So this is basically free content that you send to them a couple of days before the webinar to remind them about the webinar, to get them excited that even more cooler stuff will be covered during the webinar. So there are 3 indoctrination content. This is 1, this is number 2, and this is number 3. They are basically 3 videos, 3 free training videos, and below those videos there are call to action buttons to sign up to register for the webinar for those who have not registered. So that's how those indoctrination pages work. The next page is a webinar replay page to replay the recording of the webinar for those who didn't attend. So this is the page here. So basically you send them here to watch a replay of the webinar to those who didn't attend. And then after that, the next page is a sign up or checkout page to join the program that's being sold at the end of the webinar. So during the webinar, the first part of the webinar is to teach people some free stuff, give them enormous value, and then the second part of the webinar is to sell them something. So actually here we send them to go and sign up for that thing. It's my 6-week traffic and funnel masterclass. So this is where they go and sign up, put their credit card and join the program. I call it the sign up or other page. And the next page is a thank you page to welcome new members who have just signed up for the program. So this is a thank you page. We'll welcome them and we'll tell them what to expect in the next coming days. Okay, so that's exactly the 8 pages of the live webinar funnel. So again, I just walk you through the process and I just showed you all of those pages. So you have the first page, which is the registration page, then you have the countdown page, then you have the indoctrination pages with 3 free video teaching them free content and getting them excited about the webinar itself. And then you have the webinar replay page, and then you have the checkout or sign up page, and then you have the thank you page. So those are the 8 pages of the live webinar funnel. A webinar funnel is great for selling products ranging in price from $500 to $2,000. Okay, initially you will need a live webinar funnel to run a live webinar, and then later you can record the webinar and create an automated webinar. So if you have if you have to run a webinar for the very first time, you absolutely need a live webinar funnel. Okay, then after you run your live webinar a couple of times and you had the best version of it, you can then record it and automate it using an automated webinar funnel. The downside with live webinars in today's fast-paced and high distraction environment is that the show-up rate to the live webinar itself is often very low, often around 2 to 10%, even with a high opt-in rate of about 50%. And that's because people forget about the webinar a few hours after registering for it. Okay, and they need to be reminded with indoctrination content, and even that can't do very much to increase the show-up rates. Okay, and that's why we need the every 15 minutes webinar funnel to automate the webinar and make it run every 15 minutes round the clock 24/7, thereby making you money even while you sleep. Okay, so the every 15-minute auto webinar, people have to wait only for 15 minutes, a maximum of 15 minutes, because it's running every 15 minutes. So they just have a maximum of 15 minutes to wait before the next webinar starts. So now let's take a look. So now let's take a look at the auto webinar funnel. So the auto webinar funnel, this is how it looks like. So you have the registration page, you have the countdown page, you have the webinar broadcast page, and then you have the webinar replay page. So those are the 4 pages of an auto webinar. Okay, so I'm talking here about the every 15 minutes auto webinar funnel. So those are the 4 pages. You have the registration page, the countdown page, the webinar broadcast page, and the webinar replay page. But that auto webinar every 15 minutes auto webinar funnel inherits the checkout page of the live webinar funnel and also the thank you page, because here we are selling the same product, remember? So instead of building a new sign up or checkout page for the same product we were selling for the live webinar, we just connect these 4 pages of the auto webinar to that checkout page and thank you page. So I'm going to show you how each of those look like. These 4 pages here. Let me show you the 4 pages of the every 15 minutes auto webinar. Okay, so like I just said, there are 6 pages in the every 15-minute auto webinar funnel. The first page is a registration or opt-in page to capture leads, just like in the case of the live webinar funnel. So I'm going to show you how that page looks like. So this is a page here. So everything you had in the live webinar funnel is here, except for the fact that the webinar is taking place the same day in the next 12 minutes. So when they stumble on this page, they will have a maximum of 15 minutes to watch the next webinar or to register for the next webinar. So here they can click now and then register for the webinar, and when they do that, they'll be taken to the countdown page. So the countdown page looks like this. Again, this is a video of me here talking about the webinar, getting them excited, telling them what they're going to learn in the webinar. And while I'm doing that, the clock is running down, so it's just 12 minutes remaining. So now they have just 12 minutes to wait for the next webinar, and when this clock hits 0, this page will now redirect to the webinar room. So the next page is as I've just shown, is a countdown page that gets them excited about the webinar. So this is a page here I just showed you. So that countdown page gets them excited about the webinar and tell them what cool stuff will be covered, just enough time for the less than 15 minutes countdown clock to hit 0 and redirects the broadcast room. So where is the broadcast room? Let me show you the broadcast room. So the broadcast room is something like this, where I'm actually the webinar is actually going on here, and then this is a chat box for people to drop their comments while the webinar is going on. So it really looks like a live webinar, okay, but it's a recorded webinar. Next page is the webinar broadcast room that I've already shown you. So that's the page here. So this page, that's the webinar broadcast room. I just showed you that page. And the next page is the webinar replay page. So if they didn't watch the webinar, they'll be taken to the webinar replay page. Let's say they register for the webinar, they couldn't wait for the 15 minutes or the 12 minutes. They'll be sent an email, and that to remind them about the webinar, and that email would send them to this page, which is actually the webinar replay page. So those are basically the 4 pages of the funnel, but there are, like I told you, there are 2 more pages that are inherited from the live webinar funnel. So this every 15 minutes auto webinar funnel uses the sign up or checkout page of the live webinar funnel. So this is the sign up page that we saw here, where they actually can put their credit card and all of that to buy the product. So that page is inherited from the live webinar funnel. And so remember, we are selling the same product as in the live webinar funnel. So there's no need to create a new checkout page. You just connect the every 15 minutes auto webinar to the checkout page of the live webinar. And then also it also inherits the thank you page of the live webinar. So when they sign up, they normally take into this page where we welcome new members of the program. So those are the 6 pages of the every 15 minutes auto webinar funnel. So again, let me show you here so that everything is clear. So you have the registration page, you have the countdown page, you have the webinar broadcast room where the webinar actually takes place, and then you have the webinar replay page, and then you have the sign up or checkout page, and then you have the order, the thank you page. So those are the 6 pages of the every 15 minutes auto webinar funnel. Okay, so how do we build trust and increase sales with a webinar funnel? So as you watched the webinar funnel, you paid attention to everything, and you realize that there's a registration page that starts with the trust building process by announcing the webinar and selling them onto registering for the webinar. And then there's a countdown page. Now I'm talking in the case of the live webinar here. Now on the countdown page, that's the page where we tell them what to expect. They just registered for the webinar, right? So we need to tell them what to expect in the webinar. That's the second page in the funnel, in the live webinar funnel. So we tell them what to expect. We get them excited so that they don't forget about the webinar. We want them to actually show up and watch the webinar. So after that, let's say if the webinar is in a couple of days from the time they register, let's say 3 days from the time they register, you want to send them emails, and you want to provide them some free content that's related to the topic that you'll be teaching in the webinar, so that it keeps the webinar in their mind, and it reminds them, and it gets them excited, and it also builds trust, so that they know that, okay, wow, this guy is teaching me this cool stuff before the webinar. It means that the webinar is gonna be awesome. So that further builds trust and gets them excited about the webinar. The next page is the webinar broadcast page. Now this is the page where the webinar will be broadcasted live or replayed in the case of an automated webinar. So when they register for the webinar, the next thing is the countdown page where you tell them what to expect in the webinar. And then on the day of the live webinar, they have to actually watch the webinar live, and they will go to the webinar broadcast page. And if it's an automated webinar, they don't have to wait a couple of days. A couple of minutes after registering for the webinar, usually like 15 minutes. If you're using the every 15 minutes webinar, 15 minutes later, they have to be redirected to a webinar broadcast room where the webinar will be delivered. Now, the webinar presentation is designed to deliver value Okay, usually within the first hour of the webinar. Now, for those of you who have attended webinars, you know that within the first hour of the webinar, they deliver you get value for free. It's actually a free training. You get a lot of value, and then within the second half of the webinar, they now offer you something to buy. Okay, which is like an extended version of the free training where they go deeper into the course. So the webinar presentation is done in such a way to offer value, to build trust, and to also sell at the end of the presentation. There's a way to do that, and I want you to check out Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. Below this video, you will see a link where you can check out that book. In that book, Russell talks about the perfect webinar presentation, and that book tells you step by step how to design a webinar that sells. If you're selling anything that's anywhere from $300 and above, up to even $3,000, you can sell that with a very good webinar. If you take time to follow the presentation structure in the perfect webinar as outlined by Russell, if you use that method to prepare a webinar, you can sell very well with a webinar. Okay, many people who do webinars very well and who sell from webinars, they follow that structure. It's very powerful. That's what I follow. That's what I used in selling my 6-week funnel and traffic masterclass that sells for $700. And my other kind of my other products that I sell through webinars, I use that process. When I work with clients and I help them to sell their products, I help them design a perfect webinar following that process, and it's very powerful. So you want to check that book, Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. And let's continue here. So now there is also a sign up page. So after you provide value during the webinar, and then you want to sell them something at the end of it, and so you have to send them to a sign up page where they have to sign up to buy the product or service you're selling. And then after that, they will land on a thank you page after they have purchased. Okay, the thank you page will confirm their purchase, and they will thank them for having purchased the product. So that's it. So that's it for the webinar funnels. Let's move on to the next funnel. The next funnel is the membership site funnel. Okay, again, pay attention to these two questions. What are the trust building elements? What are the sales boosting elements? I'm going to play the video, and at the end of it, I'm going to comment about those elements. Okay, the membership site funnel. So this is how it looks like. So you have two pages in that funnel. You have the membership access page where people sign up for membership, and then you have the members area or the content area where the content is stored. So I'm going to show you how all of that looks like. So in the members area, you have courses. You have so in this case, I've just taken an example. So let's say we have 5 courses in the members area: course 1, course 2, course 3, course 4, course 5. Each of those courses are represented by each of these blue tabs here. So you have these blue tabs here in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those represent 5 different courses. So when you click on each of those tabs, they will spread out, and you see the course details of that particular tab. I'm going to show you how all of this looks like so that you can really have a feel of it. So let me show you. So like I said, the membership site has 2 main pages. You have the members access page or a login page. I'm going to show you how it looks like. So this is a page here. So when somebody buys something, they'll land on this page, and it asks them to create their account. So they're going to create an email, password, and then they confirm their password, and then they'll be taken to the membership site. This is how it looks like. Now, so the members access page is where people are sent when they purchase a product for them to create an account and a username. And the members area or content area is where the products are stored and delivered to members. Okay. Now the members area has one or many products, and each product is represented by a blue tab on the left. So I'm going to show you. So these are the blue tabs here. So when you click on these tabs, you'll be able to access the different products. Okay. So that's how it works. When you click there, you access the different products, and when you click there, you can go to the various lessons and then access the product. So for example, let me go here. I click there. I can see various lessons. When I click there, I'm going to see this particular lesson here. And if I click on the second one, I'm going to see the lessons of that particular course and so on. Okay. So those are different lessons. So that's how the whole thing works. So, so the members area has one of many products, and each product is represented by a blue tab on the left. You can choose what color you want. So I've chosen blue. Like I've said, these are templates. You can change them. You can put your colors, whatever color you want. I'm going to show you how to do all of that. So in my case, I have products, and I have 5 products and therefore 5 tabs. So I'm going to show you how they look like. So let me go back here and show you quickly. So I've just shown you. So you have the membership access page, the login page, and then you have the content area, and each of those blue tabs represent a course. Okay, so in this case here, you have 5 courses. Okay, now there are 4 cool things about the membership site. Okay, so aside from protecting your content, it does 4 cool things. Cool thing number 1 is that it can be set to automatically regulate access to the products based on what people purchase. So if someone buys 2 products and the other person buys just 1, they're going to see 2 different membership areas. Okay, so let's say somebody buys these first 2 products, course 1 and course 2, and the third person buys just 1 product, which is course 3. The first person is going to see just 2 blue tabs. So it's not going to be 5, it's going to be 2 blue tabs, and those 2 blue tabs will correspond to the 2 products they purchase. And the other person is going to see just 1 tab, 1 blue tab corresponding to the single product they purchase. So that's what I mean. Now, first, like I said, the first person will have access to 2 products, and the other person will have just access to 1 product. Okay, they'll only see the products they purchase and nothing else, even though there are many products in the members area. So like I said, there are 5 products, but they will see only the ones they purchased. Okay, that's the first thing that the membership site does. Now, the next cool thing is that the membership site can host products sold by many different individual funnels and will manage and distribute access accordingly. Okay, so let's take my case for example. My Tripwire funnel has 3 main products. It has the expert funnel templates, it has the funnel assembly course, and it also has the funnel customization masterclass. So those are 3 products. So whereas my webinar funnel, my webinar funnel has just 1 product that I sell, and it's called the 6-week funnel and traffic masterclass. So for each of those separate funnels, they have their products stored in the same members area. So that way, if somebody buys, let's say, products from my Tripwire funnel, let's say they buy the 5 expert funnel templates, and then they also buy the funnel customization masterclass, and let's say in the future they come and buy my 6-week traffic and funnel masterclass, they're going to have all of those products in the same members area and are being accessed with the same email address, provided they use the same email address when they were signing up for each of those products. They're going to have everything together. Okay, and if they use separate email address, they're going to have 2 separate accounts with the respective products that they purchased. Okay, so that's how the whole thing works. I hope it makes sense. So cool thing number 3 is that it can drip out the course lessons to customers following a schedule you define. So for example, you can say, I don't want to overwhelm my customers. Instead of giving them the entire course, let's say you have an 8-week course, instead of giving them access to the entire 8 weeks, you can say, okay, every week I'm going to release a module, and that way they can take action and go progressively. So cool thing number 4 is that there are also call to action buttons that allow members to check out backend products you may have right inside the members area. Okay, so for example, in my case, there are those green buttons that allow you members to check out my sideways webinar or my high ticket funnel. So let me show you what I mean by that. So if I go here, let me say I scroll down here. So inside this members area, this is a video lesson. So it's my ask campaign. Now below that lesson, I have call to action. These are green buttons here where if somebody clicks them, let's say somebody clicks on the one, they'll be taken to my high ticket funnel. And if they click on this other one, they'll be taken to my sideways webinar funnel where they can watch the webinar. So those buttons are right in the members area. So right in the members area, while people are consuming the products that they have purchased, they can also have access to my higher price products and check them out. Okay, so that's how cool this is. Okay, so how to build trust and increase sales with a membership site. So in the membership site, we have the membership access page. That's the page where you create your username and password, and as when somebody buys something, we send them to that page so that they can create their username and password, and that increases trust, gives them a sense of security. And in the members area itself, there's a content and there are lessons. So if you're selling an info product, that's where you store the content for them to access. And it can be anything. It can be a software, it can be lessons, it can be content of any type, usually in electronic form. So everything is accessed in the members area. Okay, and the members area gives them access to the product in a way that's convenient to the user. So it can give them the product following a schedule, so you can release each module after a couple of days, and also they can access it from anywhere using their laptop or mobile device. Just by logging in, they can access their product, so it's very convenient. And also you can also sell them other stuff. Okay, so and also because it's convenient for them, because they can access it, because they can consume the product. If you have a good product that you are selling to them, that will drastically increase their trust. Okay, and within the members area, they can be called to actions to sell other products of yours. So when somebody is already in your members area, they are now a customer. So if you are delivering them good products, as they consume your product, they say, wow, this guy promised this and now he has delivered. Now they are more receptive to you to buy other products. So you want to sell them other things within the members area. So remember, I just told you about the Expert Secrets book, and below this video I'm going to put an affiliate link. And because I've just recommended that resource to you, and because you are watching this product and I say that, hey, Sylvester is really delivering me value in this particular video, I'm gonna check out the Expert Secrets book. I'm gonna use this affiliate link to buy the book. That is how you build trust and you sell more stuff. Okay, again, I know that may sound like self-promotion, but again, I'm just showing you how these things are done. Okay, I'm just showing you like real-time proof how this is done. So below this video, there are some there are buttons in my members. If you are watching this in the members area, you'll see some other products I'm offering that will give you more value, give you what you want, and you can check that. Those are my other products. They can be other people's products and so on, but that's how you deliver more value to your clients, and you make more sales and you grow your business. Okay, so if you have a great product, like I said, and you make your customers happy, they'll be ready to buy more stuff from you in the future. So remember the third way on how to grow a business. So sell them more stuff more often. Now the next funnel is the follow-up funnel. So how do we build trust with a follow-up funnel? Again, pay attention to those two things. I'm going to show you the video for the follow-up funnel. Ask yourself, what are the trust building elements? What are the sales building elements? So the follow-up funnel. So this is how it looks like. Okay, so this is how the follow-up funnel looks like. This is a very interesting funnel. I'm going to show you all the pages in this funnel. So here you have, so essentially the way the follow-up funnel works is that you have an email. You can send an email. It can be a scheduled email or a broadcast email, and when people read the email, it takes them to a page. It can be a video page or a blog page where you present a free content. And below the free content, let's say if we take the video page for example, below the video page, you have buttons or call to action. So in your video you can teach something for free, and then at the end of it you can say, hey, if you need further help, click the buttons below and you can get access to my product. So when they click those buttons, they can either get access to your Tripwire offer or your upsells at the regular price, or you can send them to your auto webinar registration page, or you can send them to your high ticket funnel, or you can even send them to your sideways webinar, wherever I want to send them. Now for me, I do both. So I do videos and I do blogs. I write blogs. So you want to choose what you like to do. So if you're using a blog, maybe in your blog content you have links in the text talking about these products here. So that's what I mean by a follow-up funnel. So you have to remember that when people sign up, when people join your funnel, not everybody is going to buy your stuff the first time. So but when you keep giving them free content, and then at the end of that free content you sell them stuff, that's how you make sales. Okay, so people feel that you've delivered value and they want to take it to the next level by actually buying your stuff. So that's the aim of the follow-up funnel. Again, I'm going to show you how it looks like in detail here. So even though each individual funnel has its own follow-up sequence, it's important to have a centralized broadcasting system that sends out broadcast emails and content aimed at delivering value and making calls to actions to various offers found in the different funnels. So, and that's exactly what the follow-up funnel does. So let me show you. So you have this centralized system where you get up one morning and you say, hey, I need to offer value to my list. You write the email and you put a link in the email to a video page where you offer value, you teach, and then below the video you have calls to action, and people can now take action to check out any of your offers. So let me show you how that looks like. So yeah, this is a page here where I'm actually delivering value. I'm teaching here some free stuff, and then below the video I have calls to action buttons. So I have these two buttons here. So if they click here, they can see my Tripwire offer one more time, and if they click on the other button here, they can see my funnel customization course one more time. So now I follow up with value. So this is a value first strategy. So you give value, and then at the end of the video there's a call to action. You tell them that, hey, after watching the video, check out the additional resources below. So now they can now check out these resources here, and that's how you sell more stuff by using the follow-up funnel. Okay, so now that you've watched the video, I'm gonna show you how to build trust and increase sales with a follow-up funnel. So most of your leads wouldn't buy the first time. Remember, when they opt into your funnel, they won't buy. Some of them will become subscribers, but they won't buy the very first time. So you have to follow up. So you offer them free content in the form of videos or blog posts, and you send them emails to their email box to inform them of the free content. So remember, they didn't buy the first time, but you won't just come the second time and say, hey, buy my product, and buy my product. It gets them annoyed. So the way you do it is you say, okay, hey, I just offer you this cool thing for free. Usually you tell them things about your product, but you teach them for free. So in other words, you can take a concept that's been taught in deeper, that has been taught in detail in your product, but you can talk about that concept superficially as free content. You can do that using a blog post, a written blog post, or you can do that with a video. So you can talk to them superficially about the concept, and then you can say, okay, if you want to learn more about this concept, get my product. So that's how you do it. They call it the value first approach. So you offer value first for free, and then at the end of it you make a call to action for them to buy your product. So that's how you do it. That's how you get those people who didn't buy the first time to buy your products. Okay, and you do that with a follow-up funnel. So most of you know these things because you are subscribed to many people's email list, and they sell you stuff. And the way they do that is that each time they send you an email and they show you something for free, and then at the end of it they say, okay, buy my stuff. So that's how it works. And if they're giving you value over a long period of time for free, they can just come up one day with a sale. They can say, okay, flash sale, I'm offering you this product that I showed you the first time for $100 and you didn't buy it. I'm offering you today for $20, 80% off, because it's a flash sale. And that's how they get people to buy. And once those people buy, they become buyers, and now they are more receptive to buy from you in the future. So that's how the whole process works. So that's how you build trust and make more sales. Okay, so I hope this video lesson was very valuable to you. I hope now you understand the concept of building trust and increasing sales with sales funnels. I just wanted to give you these basics, because when you understand these basics, now you come across various types of sales funnels. As you're online, as you're on Facebook, as you're online, you come across many people's offers. When you are buying from people or you're getting into their sales funnels, try to ask yourself, how are they building trust? How are they selling? As you keep on asking yourself these things, you get more education from these things. And this is just the basics, okay? But this is just a starting point. As you keep on buying online, you have to be asking yourself these two questions. How is this guy building trust? How is he selling? How is he increasing sales? Okay, I just showed you 5 basic types of funnel, but those are not all of the only funnels existing out there. Of course, those are the basic types of funnels, but there will be different variations of those basic types. So, for example, people have different types of tripwire funnels based on what they're selling. People have different types of webinar funnels. The most important things you need to ask yourself is, how are they building trust? How are they selling? As you ask these questions, it will expand your mind about these things, and it becomes second nature to you. Okay, when you want to build your own funnel, you just know exactly what to do. You know what elements you have to put in place to build trust, what elements you have to put in place to make sales. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and please make sure you click on the buttons below the video to check out the other resources that you need. Thanks.